Good morning, 7th Standard. This is Mrs. Sheila Bosco here for your next lesson. Water is a precious resource. Yes, of course. Can you live without water? Any living thing can live without water? You are all big children. Yes. It's not possible. Yes, I could hear. Yeah, it's not possible. Every living thing need food and water. So, precious means, see, we call it precious gems. That's all, precious stones. For example, diamond, topaz, ruby. All these are precious stones, we call it as, because very rarely we find that. That is, water we think very easy to just get it, taken it for granted. It is available everywhere right now. But the days are not far off that we are going to hunt for water, fight for water. Yes, we never thought in our age itself we will be buying water. Now we are seeing everywhere we are buying water. Yes, of course. Now, we call Earth as a blue planet. It is because 3/4 of the Earth is covered by water. The sad thing is almost 97% of the Earth is covered by salt water. That is seas and oceans. They are the big water bodies. In the 3% of water, the remaining 3% are not for us to use. In that you have glaciers, that is ice formations, ice caps. All this up, you have to minus all that. Then we are having 0.01% of water that can be used by all living things. So, water resources, we have to increase the water resources. Now everywhere it is dried up. Everywhere it's used as a real estate business. And we are not saving the rainwater. That is the main source of water. We are not saving it. Suppose if we are saving it now, the increasing population may need a little more extra care to save more. The availability of water, it depends on how we keep our water resources in a condition, good conditions. It should be cleaned and it should be kept in a proper manner that water can be stored and can be used by the living things like human beings, animals, plants, anything. We cannot sea water, we cannot pour it for the plants for a longer period of time. That is why we have beaches everywhere without much of trees. In salt water, only fish can enjoy. Now, water is in 3 forms. One is solid, another one is gas, another one is liquid. Solid, liquid and gaseous format. Yes. Solid is in ice format. Liquid is water vapor. Liquid is water. Gaseous is water vapor. All this I think I have done experiments when you were in smaller classes. Then when you're talking about these 3 forms of water, immediately we have to talk about water table. What is water table? See, the water which comes from the rain, it has to go seep into the seep. That is, go through the soil, and between the ground and the soil, it will take a place. That is called water table. That is the resource we use it for our pumps, wells, all this They are not, what is given by rain, it is stored under the soil and is taken back by the borewell or a pipe, hand pumps. Not ordinary taps. Ordinary taps, what we store, we are getting it. This is stored under the soil. You have to have a machine to bring it out. Okay, well is a natural one. They dig it and it will come. Okay, these things are, we can take it out. It may vary, depends on the season. If it is a rainy season, the water table will be higher level. If it is a dry season, the water table will go down. See, drier than that, what will happen? Without water, they have to carry the pot to different areas where they can. You have to have a water for cooking, cleaning, drinking, everything you need water. So, you must have seen people are carrying on the head pots, especially. We are in Tamil Nadu, not much of deserted places here, but people are living in deserted area like Rajasthan, nearby Rajasthan, even Andhra Pradesh, they have much water. That by Uttar Pradesh, all these places, they are struggling for water. You must have seen them, the pot after pot, they'll keep it like a line on the top and the ladies will carry it. Looks beautiful for us, but they have to walk around 5 to 10 kilometers to get that good water. Now, this is water table, the underground water which is stored for a future use. It's called water table. That is between the soil and the ground level. Now we move on to the water cycle. What is water cycle? The ice can change it to water. The water can change it to vapor. The vapor can change it to ice again or water again. This is called a cyclic movement of forms of water. The same thing it's happening in the nature also. Water from the lakes, seas, rivers, oceans, every day throughout the daytime, it started evaporating. That is changing of water into vapor, changing of liquid into gas. That is called evaporation. That goes to the sky. Once it reaches the sky, then it will try to catch up some cooler places. They form as droplets. When you have a cooler winds, they fall as droplets of water as rain. That formation of water and dropping, we call it as a condensation. Ordinary cooling, we get water. Just heavy cooling, you get ice, hailstones. Yes? All these we call it as a precipitation. Precipitation means nothing else. That is the solid form of water. This is a continuous process. Okay? Solid will become a liquid, liquid will become vapor, vapor will become solid, solid further cooling, vapor will become a liquid, liquid will become solid on cooling. Okay? Evaporation is a heating process. Condensation and precipitation, both of them are cooling process. Because of that, we are getting rain. This is called water cycle. This is one of the greatest event for the availability of water. For the living beings, they need this water cycle. Without water cycle, nothing can happen in the world, because without water cycle, no rain. If there is no rain, no water. No water, no living things on the earth. So, this is the way the water we get rain. This water, it is a pure water. It has to be collected. How it has to be collected? It has to be collected in a proper places, cleaned and storage places. The rainwater can be stored in lake, rivers, The river should have dams in between, because otherwise it go mix with the oceans. Then even distribution of water should be done. How? The storage has to be increased throughout the pipelines or throughout a small canals. It has to go to the distribution places. Now, the rapid growth of industries, buildings and everything, the water sources and the water storage places are becoming houses and factories. So naturally, the rainwater is getting wasted. I want you all to think about, I have not finished the class, only the introduction part is over. I want you all to think about what to do for rainwater harvesting. That means we are already harvesting in our houses. That is, Mrs. Jayalalitha was very particular about it. So, after during her period of time, everyone who constructed the house, they in front of their house they had the rainwater harvesting. They have made a pit. It will go, the rainwater collector which is on the terrace, it goes to the pit and it will be collected in the water table down. So, okay, fine, that's nice of her. We must thank her for that. Now, I want everybody, what are the other resources, other ways you can store water? You can, what we are missing it now in our state, in our place, what we are missing, why we are getting in summer water scarcity. Please think about it and draw 3 forms of water cycle. I'll just meet you next week. Stay safe. Bye.